Previously on Racing Georgia.
Day one didn't go exactly as planned. We had the rain that was forecast, and that created a lot of mud, of course. But we also had some issues with course markings, unfortunately. But hey, this is trail running, this is mountain running.
After a rocky start in Stage 1, I'd managed to hold my second place position through Stage 2 of the race. We're now on Day 3 of a 7-day staged race with Racing the Planet in the former Soviet Republic of Georgia, where we're running 250 kilometers through a remote region of the country while carrying all of our food and supplies for the week on our backs.
What I'm doing right now is more than I've ever done before.
Feels like a lineup of prisoners waiting to get their rations. You sleep okay?
No, I thought just maybe 2 hours.
Really?
It's so windy.
Yeah, it's noisy, right?
Noisy, yeah.
Well, it's day 3, and we woke up to, let's say, foggy and kind of rainy morning here. The tents were flapping all night from the wind, so a lot of people said they didn't get very much sleep. I slept okay, but I'm definitely pretty stiff. I'm quite sore, especially my quads from yesterday. We did a lot of climbing yesterday and some pretty fast descents. So I'm gonna feel it today, especially for the first half, as we climb another few hundred meters. So we've got about 20 minutes now before the briefing, and then we'll get started at 8 o'clock.
How did you guys sleep? Okay?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay, the wind was howling.
How's the body feel today? It's okay?
Stiff.
Stiff.
But except for that, okay. Yeah.
Good stuff. How did you guys sleep?
Just like sleeping on a highway.
Yeah.
I must say I slept the best up till now.
Really?
Yeah. But that was because I was so late. So I
The standings remain unchanged, with Florian having pulled ahead even further in first, while I managed to increase my lead only slightly on Matthew. Magdalena is still holding the leader bib for the women's field, and Anum has managed to widen the gap on Nikki in third place.
We're going to be going up to higher altitude. Right up at checkpoint 2, we'll get to the highest point. I've heard that it might be raining on the other side, but I'm going to go with the forecast. I heard that we're going to see some sun.
Leaving Camp 3, Stage 3 will first pass one of the deepest and most beautiful alpine lakes in Georgia. We'll continue climbing to an altitude of almost 2,400 meters before descending to Camp 4, located on the edge of a quaint village. A distance of roughly 38 kilometers with an overall net descent.
So we're just running on this old Roman road. It's an old Silk Road. And just coming up to a lake here. Told it's one of the biggest lakes in the country. Looks beautiful. And the sun's coming out. Oh, you can see some mountains back there. Those peaks. Looks like that's our first climb up there up ahead. Well, we're almost at the first checkpoint already. Time's flying by thanks to some good conversation here with Matt.
Yeah.
Working together here.
I'm Jeff's hype man this week.
Hey guys.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, through the first checkpoint, I got this bottle filled up. Just gonna see if Matt can catch up to me here. Maybe run together a little bit further. It's good to work as a team when you can. But this is beautiful. The sun's coming out for the first time all week. I think we're gonna have some beautiful views running through these mountains here as we continue to climb, and I can see our climb up ahead. Next checkpoint. Hey guys. Thanks. Okay, Matt and I are just through the next checkpoint. We're at 20 kilometers. It's getting pretty warm. It is a nice breeze. And hey, beautiful views. We're getting close to the top of the climb.
I think that old guy yelled sheep at us. I couldn't tell though.
Oh, I gotta make it in front of these guys. Whoa. Thank you. Almost got stuck behind that flock. Whoa. Here we go, made it to the last checkpoint. About almost 30 kilometers. Love it. Hey guys. All right, through the last checkpoint, 7.7 kilometers to go. Hello. Finish line is just over that hill up there. Thanks, Rob. Hi there. Hello. Thank you. Nice work, bud. Oh, I took a little tumble there right near the end, kind of a 2K from the finish line, so bit of a goose egg on the elbow and some bloody knees, but that's all right. Could be worse. Nice work.
Lots of water in the chair.
Nice job, bud. Nice job.
Well done.
Nice work.
Good job.
Well, that was a good day. Probably the most enjoyable stage yet. The sun came out quite early and we had beautiful views of the lake and the surrounding mountains. I was struggling a bit on those initial climbs though, but I felt great when we finally hit the downhills and some of those flatter sections where I could stride out a bit more. But I don't have a lot left when it comes to climbing, so we'll have to see how tomorrow goes.
Good job. Excellent. Well done. Well done. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I felt like a grandma up on the mountains. I got some little trouble with altitude, you know. I was grasping for breath.
My name is Magdalena and I'm from Germany. My very first ultra is indeed with Racing the Planet about 10 years ago. I was one of the last. I had blisters all over. I made every single mistake you can make. Wrong shoes, wrong socks, wrong foot, everything. Then you start to develop. So this is number 8 and I started with Gobi and that was Atacama, Namibia, Jordan, Sri Lanka, Ecuador, Patagonia and now Georgia, you know, so all the kind of roving races they have. And then I ended up running long non-stop races like Yukon Arctic and this is my big love, you know, so just give me 1,000 kilometers out in the cold on my own and this is what I like most. I met my husband on the Jordan race. So for us it was like a tradition, you know, to once a year to make this Racing the Planet race. Unhappily this year he got a knee injury so he couldn't come to Georgia, but otherwise we would be racing together. Sometimes I really like the stage races, not because of the racing in stages, because I prefer non-stops, but more of having these people around me. Because it doesn't matter if we're in Ecuador or in Georgia or Sri Lanka, you are losing this idea that we are different. We are not. In some ways, for women, it's maybe a special challenge, you know, because, well, of the things nobody talks of, women's hygiene, you know, and bras, which are chuffing, but you can manage. At this race, I had 2 ladies I could really nicely compete with, you know, so. And if I should be honest, I like to compete with men. I never win that, but I like it.
Hey guys. Hello.
Well, the wind has moved in all of a sudden. Really having to batten down the hatches here.
How do you feel today?
Yeah, perfect today.
Yeah.
C'était un beau parcours aujourd'hui, c'était vraiment magnifique. C'est vrai que c'est la première fois qu'on a un peu la vue avec le beau temps, le soleil. Ça fait plaisir aussi. Avant que ça arrive.
Ouais.
Mais c'était vraiment une belle étape aujourd'hui.
Look at that.
Oh, there's too many, they're coming in! So we're in here just waiting out that crazy hailstorm. The hail's probably dime size, and let me tell you, that hurts when it hits you in the head.
The storm had passed, and we could finally get back to our recovery routine and our dinners as we prepared for yet another day of the race. On the next episode of Racing Georgia.
You'll be going through many villages, so you're going to really get to experience daily Georgia life.
I stopped to get my rain. I think this is going to be sustained.
Yeah, I think so too. Probably could have used our ponchos, but